Good morning.
Welcome, Rocky. Show us your cool rock.
This is one I designed for my business.
I
We all
love it.
remember Rocky and Bullwinkle,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he is adorable.
and this is on our honeycomb calcite, by the way.
On the what?
Honeycomb calcite.
Honeycomb calcite. Give us a little bit of history about honeycomb calcite.
Well, honeycomb calcite has been around for, I'm going to walk around the table, so if you want to follow me. Honeycomb calcite has been around for millions of years, and it was formed when the oceans moved in to Utah. They dropped mud and sediment over the white layer of calcite, and there was iron in the mud, and iron being heavier than the mud would penetrate down to this level of the calcite. When it did, it changed the calcite to this honey color. Well, the state of Utah said, you renamed this stone from amber onyx to honeycomb calcite. Since they're the honeycomb honeybee state, we'll make it the state stone. So they did, we did, here we are today, and this is what we have.
Yeah, wow, that is beautiful. So tell us some stories about your honeycomb calcite.
Oh, I got a ton of them. What do you want to hear?
Well, give me your best one. What's your favorite?
I have so many. Are we going to talk about the ranch?
Yeah. So this is really why I wanted to interview Rocky. Other than the fact that he's phenomenal and he's an amazing guy, we have something in common, and that is my fascination with a ranch that he happens to have a home by. And what is the name of that ranch?
The name of the ranch is the Skinwalker Ranch.
And
You've seen it on the Discovery Channel. It's in the Uinta Basin, and I was skeptical about it, and I have done Homeland Security for 29 years. I was looking to move off-grid in Utah, and when I did, I fell upon the honeycomb calcite, and as I dug deeper in, I found that there was an anomaly there.
Ooh.
Now, that was Skinwalker Ranch. So I talked to a lot of the Native Americans that were indigenous to the area, and I asked them, what do you know about this? And they said, Grandpa always told us, you hear something go bump in the night, mind your own damn business. Because once you open it, according to their cultures and beliefs, you open it to your mind, then you just invited it into your world.
And then you can't get rid of it?
You can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I thought everything in the honeycomb calcite, because of its metaphysical properties, we like to incorporate something into the stone that makes it unique to you and me and everybody in their own little way. So with that being said, I thought I'd give a tribute to Skinwalker Ranch and designed our own products. But we can't put Skinwalker Ranch because infringement benefits. But we did go ahead and create a lot of these.
Wow. That's just beautiful. Oh, man.
And they're all hairy, scary, gory. All of them have an attitude.
Yeah, I see that.
Personality. So we went ahead and developed it and put it onto the honeycomb calcite, which is the Uinta Basin, and it is their stone and it is their backyard.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
my experience, ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm getting the goose pimples.
I gotta be honest about this. I get skeptical about so many things because there's so many unknowns out there, and we all have the fear of the unknown. So what I did was I went to my property, and I live off-grid in Utah, also Colorado, and so I have a service dog, and her name is Duchess, And I allow her the opportunity to be a dog. So when I get off grid on my property, I take the harness off her and I just let her run and through the sage and have fun and be a dog. Well, on this particular day, she came back to the RV and she was whining and whimpering and real nervous. And I said, "What's the matter, baby?" Now, mind you, this dog saved my life 3 times, so I owe it to her to protect her. I said, "I got your back on this one. What's going on?" I thought it was a coyote, maybe a snake, maybe something of a predator nature that just spooked her on the ground. So she went into the RV where she calmed down a little bit. And then I went out and looked around and scanned to see what was it that spooked her so. I didn't see anything, but she was still whimpering, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." I said, "Something is wrong." I went in there, I said, "It's okay, baby, I got you." And so I put my hand up by the door, by the sink, and I laid my hand on my phone, and I grabbed it, and I said, "You'll be okay, I'll be right back." I went to look to see what it was that I could identify that spooked her, and I see nothing. And I'm standing there, I'm getting out of breath, and I'm getting goosebumps as I tell you this is for real. It's not Hollywood, this is not made up. And so I'm standing there and I'm scanning around. All of a sudden I stop and I look, and in the sky, there's no trees, mind you, there's no mountains, no billboards, no signs. Everything in Utah in that area only grows this tall. But I'm looking at a white orb in the sky, and it's floating. And as it's floating, it's pulsing in and out ever so slowly.
What?
Yes. And I was like, "Oh my God, oh my God." Now I already heard of Skinwalker Ranch, and I said, no way possible. So I just say, "Okay, fine." I grab my phone and I take a picture of this white orb. I go in and I calm Duchess down again, and I go back out and I said, "I need a different shot of this so that people won't think it's photoshopped or something." And I walk over to the side and I get a different angle and I take another picture. And this orb that's sitting there and pulsing and floating stops dead in the sky.
No.
It does not move. And then I'm like, "Oh my God, oh my God." And it goes, phew, and next thing you know, it's
Zoomed off?
It's zoomed off.
What?
It's the speed of light. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So yes, I do know firsthand of it. And I get
I've got 'em too.
goosebumps.
Yep,
I got
yep,
goosebumps.
yep,
I can't
yep.
make this shit up. I mean,
Do you think it was extraterrestrial, or do you think it was
Yeah.
paranormal, or?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything I've seen, all of the above.
Yeah.
And what I've seen on Skinwalker Ranch, I was very skeptical. I was on my property, and if you ever remember the one episode where they triangulated the lasers
Yeah.
because of the dead space they
Yep.
were hitting.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on my property in the evening and enjoying a margarita and the calmness and just the beauty of the nothingness out there. And all of a sudden I see these colored laser lights aiming to the sky. And I thought, "Oh, they're opening a car dealership or something," you know, naive, stupid as it was. And then I go, "Wait a minute, you're in the boondocks. They didn't open. It's not a premiere of a movie. There's not a nightclub opening up." And I went, "Oh my gosh." Well, lo and behold, 2 weeks later, I see that episode when they're showing they triangulated the laser, and I go, "Son of a gun." And that's when
You got
I
to see it.
realized how close I actually am to
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. So
So-
you are right in the heart of the craziness.
Remarkable, it is.
Whoa.
It really is. So I love it, and people think I'm crazy. So I put it on my Facebook page. So that way, at least I could say, "It is here. I'm not ashamed. I did see it. I'm not crazy. It is what it is." So keep
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Use it as
Yes.
it feels fit for you, but It's remarkable stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear that story. There's just so much out there we don't know about.
And there's,
You know?
it's so rich in culture of the Native Americans, the stones, the gems,
Yeah,
the wilderness, the anomalies.
yeah.
It's like nature's playground full of all kinds of everything out there.
And you never know what you're going to get.
You don't know.
Or who's going to stop by.
You're right.
Oh,
Keep
man.
an open mind and just enjoy it. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And everyone said, aren't you afraid of them? And I go, no. I said, I'll be honest with you. When I said, what would you say if you saw an extraterrestrial? I'd say, take our leader.
Yes, yeah.
Don't take me to your leader. I'll take you. You can have ours.
That's awesome.
So anyway,
So I heard you had an encounter with Dwayne from Blind Frog Ranch.
that I did. I was over at Starvation Lake, and there's a bridge that goes over the river, and there's a tourist place and a big engraved stone and what have you. And I walk over there and see a gentleman there, and I see Blind Frog Ranch on his ball cap. And I said, "Oh, you know those guys? What do you think?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, Dwayne and Charlie." I said, "Yeah." He said, "They're my friends." He says, "I'm meeting them here. They're getting off the plane in Roosevelt, and we're going to film the next series of Discovery Channel's Blind Frog Ranch." And I says, "Really? That's great." So he gave me the hat, and I put the hat on, and he goes, "Now tell me about Skinwalker Ranch." So we talked a little bit about that, and and that's not far at all from the Skinwalker Ranch.
Are they pretty much the same property? Because that's what I'm feeling like.
No, they're both in the Uinta Basin, but they're separate. One is conquistador treasure hunt, and the other one is more extraterrestrial. And so they're totally different. I guess gems of sorts in their own mind.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Well, there's definitely a lot out there, and I love talking about this stuff and getting the word out there and sharing people's experiences.
and every day's a new experience. I never know what I'm going to see. I'm just grateful that I have the opportunity to see it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for doing what you're doing, and we're gonna keep spreading the love of your honeycomb. What do you call it?
Calcite.
Honeycomb calcite, and your awesome aliens. I love it. Thank you, Rocky.
Thank you.